If you've ever wondered if you can make your own butter, or you're tired of spending $20 a pound or whatever for the Amish homemade whatever artisan butter at the market, I'm going to show you how easy it is to just make your own butter, and it will be so good you can eat it like cheese. So I have my handy mixers. You can do, I have a couple different sizes. This is enough cream. I'm going to use the big 6-quart workhorse. This is 6 cups of cream. So if you can source cream or you can buy cream, it doesn't matter. You can do as much cream as you want. I'm going to show you how much 6 cups of cream is going to make when we're done making butter. So I'm going to just add this to the mixer and see if I can do it without spilling it all over the counter. That goes in. And it's just, you just run the mixer on basically medium until it's done. It's that simple. Put on your guard, and you're going to want more than just this. So I always do kitchen towel. I usually start off on about medium. I'm not going to run it while I'm talking, but I usually start it off on about medium and let it whip until it's kind of fluffy, like you would stop it for whipped cream for pie or something. So I'm going to go ahead and let this run for a little bit, and we'll come back and check it throughout the process. And then I'll show you the end, how really simple this can be to just make your own butter. And you can't believe how good it is. Oh my goodness. Okay, there's that. And so that's covered, and you can peek in here as it goes along, and you'll want to scrape the bowl down as it goes too, but it'll take, we'll do the timer, but this, I bet this will probably take 20 minutes to be finished. So let's go ahead and turn that on, and we'll check back here in a little bit. Okay, so it has been about 20 minutes. We're going to take a peek, and as you can see, we're about just past the point where you would like to see it for a whipped cream if you were making it for dessert. So we're going to keep going. I usually will let this go a little longer, and then I'll go ahead and scrape down the sides and kind of start watching it a little more often, but it does take quite a while. Okay, so it has been about 45 minutes actually. I'm going to turn that off, and we're going to take a peek. At 30 minutes, I turned this mixer up from a 7 to a high. So we went all the way up to high, and another 15 minutes. And we scraped it down, and you can see that that has separated nicely, and you have the solids separated from the whey. So I am going to take this off the mixer, and I'm going to show you how you turn this into beautiful butter. Okay, so we're back, and this took about 45 minutes for 6 cups of cream. So about 30 minutes on like a setting of 7, so kind of like medium high, and then I turned it up to high at the end and just kind of watched it until it separated. And you can do this, you can buy, I'm gonna get my hands cold because I do this with my hands. So I've already washed them, and what I like to do is have them cold because I don't use wooden, there's a special wooden paddle you can buy if you want to get crazy and invest the money, but I found it's easier to just do it this way. So I don't know if you can see that, but we've got it all separated into sort of whey and curds. And what I will do is need a strainer and a kitchen scale. If you're going to I measure these into 4-ounce bits, so you can put them in the fridge and you can bake with them and whatnot, so you know what you have. If you want to do unsalted butter, you're going to be done after this, and then I always add salt. So I strain off most of the whey, and you've got some lovely, just big chunks of fresh butter, and then I will run cold water, very, very cold water over it, and we're going to just kind of shake it around and rinse it, and you can see it's still releasing whey, so that whey is going to still look white, and I keep rinsing and kind of rinsing it and just letting it sort of keep releasing the whey and that buttermilk that's coming off there. You want to just keep releasing that, and I keep rinsing it and kind of just giving it a little bit of movement in the water, and it's cold water, so it keeps the butter, sort of firming up. And once it looks like sorry if that's really noisy, I don't know how noisy the noises are here. It's starting to get where the water is staying fairly clear. So I'll turn off the water, leave the strainer, and then I just take my hands, the water's really cold, so the butter's not going to melt, and I just start bringing it together into one big lump. So you're going to gather all the little pieces that are down here, kind of floating around in the water. Get them all into more or less the big which is your main thing, and then I will actually strain off because you don't want this to strain down through your sink, because you'll end up with a greasy butter coating on the inside of your pipes, and then you will need to call a plumber and or tear apart your house or just move. I don't know. So tap out just that. I don't, you know, like, I'm not a scientist or a special fancy kitchen person, but this is just the method that I've found that works best. So you got all little pieces. My hands are still nice and cold. And then I just dump the water out that's in there, and I'll keep it over the bowl in case anything breaks off of it. And then I literally just start, and you could keep your hands extra cold by keep them under the cold water a bit. And like I said, there are paddles that you can buy that will do this for you. They're wooden. They're like a special butter paddle, but I've used the back of a wooden spoon before, but to me, this is easier. And I just knead this and keep pressing. This is a big piece. I don't usually do 6 cups of cream at a time. But you can see what that 6 cups got down to. It's not going to make a lot of 4-ounce sticks of butter. So, and the other thing I have out next to me here is salt and a 1/4 teaspoon measuring, because it's kind of to taste. And you can leave it unsalted or mildly salted or however salty you want. I have found in my doing this that usually about a 1/4 of a teaspoon, like a scant 1/4 of a teaspoon per stick of butter-ish. So it's really just to taste. So that is starting to, it's released, the thing is, you really want to squeeze off every bit of extra. You can see the little bits of moisture still kind of just slowly seeping. And you really want to just do this. And I learned this when I first started doing this. I didn't rinse it enough, and I didn't knead it enough, and so we were ending up with butter that had a really gnarly taste. It wasn't right. I was like, something's not yummy about this. So make sure that you keep doing it until you really feel like it's not dry, but there's like a dry feel to it, that you'll just kind of learn how it looks and how it feels. And I'm still getting a little bit of liquid off onto my hands, and my hands are, there's a little bit of butter on them, but it's not bad. You don't want your phone to ring or anything, though. Listen, my phone always rings. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that feels pretty good. And then what I'll do is I'm going to have saran wrap here too, because I wrap each stick into 4 ounce. I put it on a kitchen scale that's set to 0 just to see what I'm starting with. We have 12.5 ounces. So we got 12.5 ounces of butter from 6 cups of cream. So I guess you could do the math and see what every cup makes for you. 12.5 ounces. So I've got my little salt in here that I poured off, and a little 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And so this is so simple. I don't know why people buy that expensive butter. I'll just put a 1/4 teaspoon kind of all over the outside, and a second one, because I know I will for sure put 2 quarters in here. So 1/2 teaspoon into 12 ounces of butter, and just knead that in so that the salt is worked all through as much as you can. And if your hands starts feeling like the butter's starting to melt, or if your hands are, you're getting too much butter on your hands, you can always just run them under the really cold water and just cool your palms down. Cool your palms. Cool that down a little bit. And then just keep getting that salt in there. And I literally just taste it, and kind of when it tastes right, you have enough salt. So I'll do that for a little bit more, and you're still getting a little bit of liquid out of it. There's that. And I just pull off a pinch. I'm going to do I like my butter pretty salty, so I'm going to do another 1/4 teaspoon. So I have now put in 3 scant 1/4 teaspoon of salt for 12 ounces of butter. So yeah, about a 1/4 teaspoon per 4-ounce stick is what you end up with. And if you want unsalted for baking, here you go. Buy some cream and turn on your mixer. It's not hard, because you're not standing here watching it the whole time. You're dealing with it here at the end. Okay, so that has been mixed in, and I'm not getting any more water off of it. And you can see it's like dull. It's sort of not, not as high shiny anymore, because it's not as much liquid in there. So you can taste. So good. So good. Like when this is done, You can eat it, you can just about eat it like cheese. I just eat pieces of it, not like a lot, but like I'll just shave off a little piece and eat it. So I'm gonna set that. That's finished, and it's beautiful. You could just, you could wrap it and have yourself a big 12-ounce chunk of butter in the fridge. But since I like it kind of measured out, I like to just go ahead and break it up into 4-ounce, like a stick of butter. So when you're cooking, you've got a 4-ounce stick. But you could do 8-ounce. You quickly wash my hands so that you're not covered in butter. Kitchen towel. I used my kitchen towel as a splatter rag. So dry your hands off. We're going to give that, I'm just going to use that same towel because I wasn't planning ahead. And, okay, and then I just take, this is that press seal, or that you could use regular, regular Glad wrap or whatever, and do about that much. Get yourself a piece with the sticky side up. And we know we have 12 ounces, so we know we're going to have at least 3 4-ounce sticks. So I just get the little pieces ready. I'll just lay them where I can get to them. It's like a craft, but it's also kitchen-y. Lay that. And then I just grab a kitchen knife. And I've gotten where I can, after you do this a bit, you'll get where you can eyeball what 4 ounces looks like. So we're going to see how close I can get. And I weigh it and just watch. That one is 3 1/4 ounces. And just keep adding. That's almost it. There's exactly 4 ounces. I'll set that aside and then do it with the next one. That's almost exactly 4 ounces. Again, this is not my first rodeo. That one's almost just and these, I like these, you can get a digital scale and I have one, but I kind of love just the regular old school analog kitchen scale. And so this is the last of the 12 ounces, so that's going to be a little bit more. That one's just 4 1/2-ish. So pull some off. And I just keep taking it off until it's 4 ounces. That one's dead on 4 ounces. So there we have 3. I don't know if you can see those, but there's 3 gorgeous 4-ounce pieces, and you have that much left. So I will usually I'm going to just set it, but I'll usually put it in a little Tupperware like that, and that just goes in the fridge, and we use this for like immediate use. And if you end up with extra, if you make a bunch, if you want to do a butter making day, you can do a bunch of this, wrap it up, and put it in the freezer. So it's a nice rainy day project. It was pouring rain today, so this was my project for the day. And tomorrow we will be making cheese with the remainder of the milk. So then what I do with the saran wrapped pieces is I just form them. And it's just as simple as however you want to do it, really. There's no like right or wrong way, but I like them to kind of look like a stick of butter. So I'll just kind of form them into a cute little rectangle-y stick. And then I will, because I'm going to freeze these, I didn't need these in the fridge right now, but they're delicious if you want to serve these. Oh my gosh. And I just take a Sharpie. What day is today? It's the 22nd, I believe. May 22nd of 2024. Like that. And then that can go in the freezer, and it's a 4-ounce stick. So if you ever have a line on cream, or if you just want to try your hand at butter, it's really, really, really easy, and it is so delicious. And once you do it, you'll be looking for a source for cream, and you'll probably want to have this butter in the fridge all the time. That's all for today. See you next time on Simple Living. Bye for now.